You know what he's like? It's like every ensemble superhero team has one. He's like that Indian dude for Eternals, who's just there for comedy, has no powers whatsoever.
Right.
It's a beautiful show, absolutely.
And Lulu.
Wow, they finally got to the third chapter of the Harry Potter sequel, or, you know, the Wizarding World sequels here, Fantastic Beasts, and I was really unsure if they were even going to make this movie.
This is even shocking to me.
There was so much, I don't know, like the last one was not that great.
Yeah, the first was the best. I love it.
The first one was good, but
Yeah.
I think it was because I really liked Newt. The character was just something just innocent and charming, yet oddly nerdy as fuck about him. And there's something about the second one, I can't even remember anything about the plot points of the second one. I remember more the drama that happened afterwards with Johnny Depp than the plot point. So they have a lot here to, I don't know, kind of like revive it, because I think they probably held off on this even because of the pandemic. It's been a long time now. And I mean, this is coming from a Harry Potter fan. And I honestly, I think there's a lot of Harry Potter fans who feel the same way. And I'm just going to say it. It's like, who cares at this point? I feel like they kind of lost a lot of us fans in this series. So they're going to have to do a lot to bring us back. Although the name, the title, pretty clever. They're going to bring in Dumbledore, what he's like, you know, when he's younger. So the secrets of the Dumbledore. I'm like, oh, I want to know the secrets. You know what I'm saying? You know what it felt like to me? It felt like when they started this series, there was something, a direction they wanted to go, especially around, you know, magical beasts. I would have loved that. I think if they explored that further, it would have been a new, interesting take. But something about it just didn't gel. And now they're going back into the old school lore, the lore that I know a lot of original Harry Potter fans care about. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's called Fantastic Beasts. And I feel like they're almost like background actors, right? They're like props for the drama that's happening on screen, maybe even off the screen. So something about this whole thing just doesn't jive to me. Supposedly they're planning to make a 4 and a 5, but
really,
kind of depends, I guess, if this one does well. So there's a lot hinging on it. There's a lot hinging on it.
I can't wait to see all the magic, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun series just because of the magic. But I will say some of the charm, I think, from the original Harry Potter's lost this one. Maybe because the director for the last two takes such a dark approach to everything. It's like everything's awash in a gray filter. You know, it's like old school England with the pollution, not the idealized version of old school England. And that's just my take on it so far, y'all. It's going to take a little bit more to wow me back here. That's all I'm saying. But it's a great series. Like, how can you F it up? Like, you know, take the time. Get the right script. Get the right director. Just get everything right. There's no hurry to do it long.
Right. Especially with this one. It took them for a long time.
It took a long time. By the way, if you want some cool commentary, check out my podcast.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show on my OnlyFans.
Magical beasts indeed.
Ooh.
All right, and away we go.
If you listen carefully enough,
What?
the past whispers to you.
We're here to see Albus Dumbledore.
That would be my brother.
The world as we know it is coming undone. Grindelwald's pulling it apart with hate.
Oh, that's
If we're to
who
defeat
they
him,
got to
You have to
replace.
trust me.
He's good. That dude's a little prop.
This is the team that's going to take down the most dangerous wizard in over a century. A magizoologist, his indispensable assistant. A wizard descended from a very old family, a school teacher, and
A muggle.
a muggle.
Dumbledore asked that I give you something. Are you kidding me right now?
What?
Who wouldn't like
man.
our chances?
How could a muggle use that?
Off to save the world, are we?
Things are not quite what they appear.
Swivel, but delicately.
I'm swiveling like you're swiveling.
I love him. I wish he would be more centered to the plot and everything.
Our war with the Muggles begins today!
Wow, they're going crazy with the special effects here.
I know.
require. Correct. 3 points to Hufflepuff.
Can I?
Very dangerous. If you got in the wrong hands, mess you up.
Where did you get it?
I got it for Christmas.
You know what he's like? Every it's like every ensemble superhero team has one. He's like that Indian dude for Eternals, who's just there for comedy, has no powers whatsoever.
Right.
But
you need
he's
it.
endearing.
It's a must.
You need it. Yeah, it's just a movie trope at this point.
No, I love him though. Right from the start, you know,
I love him too.
he's,
Actually, his character is very fitting. He has that. It's like we're so used to seeing what happens in the wizarding world. You need someone who comes in with a fresh pair of eyes, who's just blown away by it, and how would they act around that? Like that, I think sometimes that's why they go with this trope. It's to humanize these fantastical situations, whether it's superheroes, right?
Yeah, definitely humanize, because they're like funny humor. And then there were moments, I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, when it was really emotional. I even cried on that moment when he had to say goodbye to
the love story between him, I thought actually was really well done. I wish they actually made them more centered to the plot. It looks like there's some more of it this time too, so who knows what they're going to do with it. But that was sad actually. That was really touching. Honestly, I think the mix of the Muggle world and the conflict it has and trying to accept with the world of wizarding, and that sort of back and forth tension, conflict, discrimination even, would be a really great TV series. Just like the life of a Muggle who maybe marries into, the wizarding world. Like his story, I bet his story would be great as a TV series.
True, like slowly
let it develop. Because that's the part I think is, in many ways, like this series is so advanced. Like if you watch the Harry Potter series already, you already bought into the whole wizarding world. For them to go back now and to kind of explain like, well, here's all these little details about like how they fit into the world. It's almost like a step backwards. You kind of have to go forward with the craziness of magic, so you can't ground it. So it's better to separate out the grounding of it with his character with a separate series, and then you let that develop. Now you know the history of that. Just
true,
Johnny's commentary.
Well, I'm looking forward to this though.
You know what? This is interesting. I have to admit,
it's very mature. I don't know. I don't know if Clueless Lulu would be able to understand.
I go back and watch the original Harry Potters. Read the books. Those are for third graders.
Okay,
right, by your level.
All right, I'll read the book.